And, he doesn't understand what the business means to us. So, again, this is not something that we do often, but we're not fucking...
He hasn't picked the phone up because he hasn't got the stomach to. He hasn't got it in him to... He knows there's no words that can make this right.
Eddie Hearn has made a strong statement by filing a $10 million lawsuit against Conor Benn after his move to Zuffa Boxing. This situation shows how serious Eddie Hearn is about loyalty and protecting the fighters he helped build. He developed Conor Benn's career from the very beginning and isn't willing to see years of work and investment ignored because of one sudden decision.
So we filed a lawsuit against him and we'll leave it in the hands of the lawyers. And, we take what he said very, very seriously.
Johnny Nelson points out Eddie Hearn's sharp business mindset and how much effort he puts into the fighters he promotes. Conor Benn's unexpected exit clearly affected Hearn, proving that the loyalty and hard work he gives to building careers cannot be replaced overnight.
And his team are here, and I get it. I remember when Eddie left Sky for the Zone. We were like kids, like parents, to split up thinking, whoa, what's going on here? That was a business move. For us, it was a personal, because we loved their union with Sky and Matchroom. We loved that. But that was a business move for them, so it worked for him. So you understand, it comes at different levels. So I understand where Eddie's coming from. I understand where Conor's coming from. I understand the public are thinking, how can he be such an ungrateful so-and-so? I get it. But this boxing is a sport, is a business.
Eddie Hearn's reaction proves he is not only a promoter but also someone who defends what he has built. Taking legal action against Conor Benn shows how seriously he values loyalty and business principles. His decision reinforces his image as a promoter who stands firm whenever his values are challenged.
Never really a fan of filing court cases, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and you got to protect your business, and you got to stand on your morals.
Carl Frock talks about the emotional side of the situation, calling it a real betrayal. Conor Benn leaving reflects a lack of respect for the dedication Eddie Hearn showed. Hearn invested time, money, and trust, and seeing his reaction shows the difference between true loyalty and opportunistic choices in modern boxing.
Ben, on numerous occasions, saying, my loyalty can't be touched. Look, it's not about money, it's about loyalty. And now all of a sudden he's left Eddie Hearn. And Eddie looks devastated. I've listened to a couple of interviews what he's done, and he seems genuinely upset and devastated, which is a shame on him, a shame for him, because he's heavily invested emotionally and financially with...
Eddie Hearn's own words show how personally invested he was in Conor Benn's journey. He supported him when others didn't, helped him financially, and trusted his ability. Benn's departure is not only business-related, it feels personal, breaking the loyalty Hearn showed and highlighting the professionalism and integrity he has always brought to boxing.
I don't know, it feels a little bit of a wasted few years, because I gave a lot. You know how hard I fought. When no one believed him. No one backed him. I did. I believed him, and I backed him. And I never gave in. When he was done, out, loaned him hundreds of thousands of pounds. But yeah.
Oscar de la Hoya says Benn's decision has sent shock waves through the boxing world. Eddie Hearn's commitment deserved respect, but the one-fight deal makes it look like money came before loyalty. The move could damage Benn's image while leaving Hearn frustrated after years of guidance, support, and trust.
Be pissed off. Eddie Hearn must be pissed off. My God, how can they do that to Eddie Hearn? It is not right. I heard it's a one-fight deal for 8 figures. And what I don't understand is who is paying him? I don't understand who is paying him, Conor Benn, because he's going to demand a lot of money. If it's going to be 8 figures, whatever it might be, he's going to demand a lot of money. So I don't.
Tony Bellew focuses on Benn's lack of response and accountability. Eddie Hearn gave full effort and loyalty, but Benn not even answering back shows immaturity and disrespect. Boxing is not only about talent, it's also about character. Benn's actions stand in clear contrast to Eddie's years of dedication, making the betrayal even more obvious.
He hasn't picked the phone up because he hasn't got the stomach to. He hasn't got it in him to. He knows there's no words that can make this right. It's just one of them things. It's boxing, Goose. It's boxing. And he knows that that's why he has not picked up the phone. This is a man he spent every other day or for...
Jamie Moore describes the situation as shocking. Eddie Hearn risked his own reputation and invested heavily to keep Benn's career moving forward. This sudden exit shows little respect for the mentor-student relationship. Fans can see the imbalance. Hearn stayed loyal, while Benn's move looks opportunistic and badly timed in boxing terms.
Eddie, above and beyond anything he ever needed to do for Conor Benn during all that situation, put his neck on the line. That's why I believe it's such a big shot. I don't know the details of anything yet. I don't think even anything's breaking about numbers and stuff like that, but I just can't.
Even after everything, Eddie Hearn handled the situation with class. He offered to talk and reminded Benn of the support he gave him, but Benn chose to ignore it. Hearn's professionalism stands out against Benn's behavior. This is more than a contract problem, it's a lesson about loyalty, respect. And what happens when fighters forget the people who helped make them.
Again, I'm not going to hang him out to dry, and he will say, well, it was a big offer, right? But, you know, when I received the email from his lawyer, I texted him and said, I think we should have a call. I think you, for everything I've done for you, I think I deserve a call. And he said no. And I was like, man.
Conor Benn's departure created huge shock in boxing. Analysts like Ariel Helwani were surprised because there were no signs he was planning to leave matchroom boxing. Moving to Zuffa so suddenly shows how unpredictable boxing careers can be. Fans see trust broken after years of Eddie Hearn's support and investment. Benn's choice not only surprised the public, but also challenged the tradition of loyalty in British boxing, where ambition and ethics are now colliding. The consequences for both Benn and Hearn could affect the sport for a long time.
Has left Matchroom Boxing and has signed with Zuffa Boxing. When I saw this, first off, I thought it was fake. There were no rumors of him being a free agent, no rumors of him shopping his services, no rumors of him even looking at Zuffa, no rumors of Zuffa talking to him, none of that. And then all of a sudden this comes through on a Friday night, an absolute...
Sonny Edwards says the move is almost unheard of. Eddie Hearn stood by Benn through controversy, financial problems, and career highs. Leaving now damages years of trust and mentorship. Fans and insiders are questioning Benn's motives and loyalty. It feels like more than money, it's a conflict between gratitude and personal gain. Hearn's reputation stays strong as a promoter who fully supports his fighters, while Benn risks being seen as opportunistic, and this decision could permanently change how UK boxing fans view him.
Surprised. You know, Matchroom and Conor Benn have been working together since day dot. Apart from the sort of Saudi shows, I'm pretty sure Conor's not really fought on another promoter's card or anything, and they've done a great job standing by him, even when, you know, the worst news came out, foul drugs test, etc. Eddie batted for him, defended him, put his reputation on the line, and, you know, coming off the back of already earning millions, I'm really surprised, to be honest. I didn't expect it.
Dana White's reaction shows how big the situation really is. Benn leaving Eddie Hearn after nearly a decade feels like breaking a long professional partnership. Hearn built his career step by step, giving him chances and protecting his future. Moving to Zuffa Boxing, no matter the money involved, ignores the loyalty built over 10 years. The UK boxing scene suddenly feels divided, and fans will watch closely to see if Benn can prove the move was worth it, while Hearn's professionalism continues to stand out during the controversy.
We just found out Conor Benn, UK boxer, who has been with Eddie Hearn pretty much since the beginning, a decade, 10 years. That is all over for the foreseeable future. And Conor Benn has a brand new...
Bruce Carrington looks at it from a business angle. Zuffa Boxing is growing fast, and signing a top UK fighter like Benn makes sense financially. Still, That doesn't change the fact that Eddie Hearn invested heavily in his career. While Zuffa celebrates gaining a star, the situation shows the constant conflict between loyalty and opportunity. Fans may respect the business move, but they still question the decision ethically. The next few months will show whether Benn succeeds with a new team or if long-term trust matters more in boxing.
That was very surprising, you know, but hey, listen, business is business, and I guess they're doing certain things that really interest them. And Zuffa, they're really coming into the game real hot. They've been putting on some decent cards and stuff like that. So I can't say it's a surprise. Like, they're bringing in some decent fighters on their roster. And
Clemens explains the financial side behind the move. An 8-figure one-fight deal is hard to refuse, but it raises doubts about long-term commitment and loyalty. Eddie Hearn spent years building Benn's career, while this deal looks short-term and opportunistic. Fans may feel Benn is chasing money instead of legacy. Hearn's credibility remains strong as someone who develops fighters carefully, while Benn now faces pressure to prove himself on a bigger stage after leaving a stable and trusted team.
Conor Benn's deal with Zuffa Boxing is a one-fight, 8-figure deal. So, okay, this puts some interesting spin on what we're reading now. So Conor Benn is only signing a one-fight deal with Zuffa. It's life-changing money, and he only is under contract for one fight. So that does change a little bit of the discussion as far as what potentially is going to go on here. Because how much is Conor going to really stay with Zuffa? Here's him taking a picture with Keith Connolly, his manager. And there he is, Nick Khan, the man behind the scenes that gets this shit done, along with Dana White.
Jamie Moore says this decision is huge for the sport. Eddie Hearn supported Benn through controversy, risks, and difficult moments in his career. Walking away now feels like breaking the loyalty built over years. The boxing world sees Hearn's constant support compared to Benn's choice to sign with Zuffa for one fight. This is not only business, it breaks a relationship built on guidance, trust, and belief. Fans, insiders, and even Hearn himself are shocked. Benn must now prove his decision was right while facing heavy criticism, and Hearn's reputation as a promoter who truly backs his fighters only becomes stronger. The impact will be felt across UK boxing.
Agree, Eddie, above and beyond anything he ever needed to do for Conor Benn during all that situation, put his neck on the line. That's why I believe it's such a big shot. I don't know the details of anything yet. I don't think even anything's breaking about numbers and stuff like that, but just...
Jesse Vargas points out how much Eddie Hearn invested in Conor Benn. Apart from global names like Anthony Joshua and Katie Taylor, Benn was one of Hearn's biggest fighters in the UK, and losing him makes the situation even more serious.
Interesting. I mean, who knows if it would happen? I mean, I feel like Eddie's all about loyalty, and I would assume you said that he's one of Eddie's guys, right, for a long time.
Outside of Anthony Joshua and Katie Taylor, he's probably the biggest UK star that Matchroom have. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess again, Eddie Hearn is all about loyalty.
All right, everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Legacy Round and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.